So are you looking for a way to grill? Maybe in your bug out bag, maybe in your camp gear? Well, I'm going to show you this today. This is the AOLIGEI portable folding backpacking stove. Hey everybody, welcome back. So I got this. This is kind of a unique stove that I found online. I think this is really kind of cool for those of you that are interested in maybe being able to grill on a smaller scale, and that's exactly what this would be perfect for, or to cook with any kind of fuels you can possibly think of. Now, I'm going to show you how to set this up first. It does come with a nice bag here, nice storage bag. All together, I believe it weighs about 1.9 pounds. So while I said bug out bag in the intro, yeah, you might put it in your bug out bag, but there's lighter options when it comes to wood stoves. But for having it around on your homestead or your bug out location, or even in your house for emergency cooking when the power's out or something, excellent stove for that. So we're going to show you real quick how this works. These are some other parts we'll get into in a second. This is what it'll look like when you take it out of the bag. Okay, basically, to set this up, you'll pull it apart. That's it. It's set up. Now you may have noticed, I didn't get a chance to show you, it just did it on its own. There's a little grill in there, and that will drop itself down. Okay, and that's it. It's all set up, sturdy, ready to go. If you're using this as a wood stove, you can pull this down and feed your wood into here. It's got lots and lots of holes for a better, more complete burn, lots of ventilation on it. So, next step is you're going to take your grill on top, and you can put that here. What I like about this grill is it allows you to cook anything on top here. You can actually use it as a grill, which we'll be doing today when I demo it, or you can just set your pot on top of it. There's no pot stands or anything weird to stick in the sides and hope your pot fits and balances. Anything fits up there, from a tiny little cup to a big huge pan. This is your plate on the bottom. This is your ash pan. That's going to slide on these edges down here. And this is also open area too for more wind coming in. So there's your ash pan on the bottom. And there it is. It's all set up. There's no fancy remembering the way you put it together to take it apart or anything. It's just that simple to set up. So like I said, it weighs 1.9 pounds. You've got a 6.5 inch by 6.5 inch square up top. It's about 9 inches tall, I think 8.9. And it's big enough to set up for a decent meal for one or two people, I would think. You could take turns, like if you're going to cook a burger, you could each do that, or you could just use a pan on top of it. A big enough pan, if you take one with you, will cook a meal on it, you know, if you're cooking breakfast or something like that. Now, I really only have two kind of complaints about it, and one of them is a complaint I already dealt with. When this comes, the whole thing, everything, every little section of it is coated with this blue plastic. Let me tell you, I spent hours removing this stuff. It was inside of each little thing here, wrapped around it, and there's still some in there. I don't know if you can see the little blue stuff inside there, but I figured that'll burn off, but I didn't want it to burn off and get messy. But it was everywhere, it was all over. And this blue plastic, as you can tell, it's easy enough to remove. You know, it just peels right off, but it was every single surface of this was covered in blue plastic. So maybe for the manufacturer in the future, I wouldn't worry about it. And the other thing, and the reason that there was all this blue plastic all over, is because this is a very shiny, bright stove. I would think a matte finish would be better on it, just for everyday use. You wouldn't get all scratched up and beat up, and you wouldn't need all that plastic on it. And honestly, if a stove that I'm going to use while camping or out in the woods or whatever comes scratched up, I don't care. I'm using it as a stove. You know, it doesn't need to be pretty. It is a little shiny. That's my other complaint. I'd probably would have liked it better if they just left it a plain metal matte finish. But I mean, both of those are definitely not deal breakers. No big deal at all on it. This thing runs about $19. It is the least expensive one of this type that just folds back flat that I found on Amazon. It is the absolute least expensive one. I guess the company's trying to underprice the others. So it's very good quality stainless steel. You know, it's nice heavy weight to it. It feels sturdy. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart or anything. Some of those wood gasifier type stoves, some of them are very good. Some of them feel really, really tinny and light. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased with it just from this end of it. We are going to take it outside and test it out. And I'm going to cook something just using the grill. I'm not going to use any pans or pots or anything today. I'm just going to throw a burger on there and make myself a cheeseburger for lunch. And we're going to see how it operates. So let me get this all set up, grab my stuff, and head outside. All right, so I got my wood in there. I batoned up some wood, and interestingly enough, if you guys watched my Alpha Outpost box video a few days ago, I batoned all of this wood with that big Rambo knife. It was a big hunk of firewood that I just chopped down. I have some extra here if I needed more, but I think that's more than enough. And I have more in the bucket here. And it performed well, kept an edge, did what it was supposed to do, so I was pretty pleased with it. So what I'm going to do here is start up this dryer lint. I have a little in there too, and get this fire going. I want to get a decent fire going in there and get some good coals. And then, I have my grill all over it, but we're going to put on the hamburger and some bread and cheese. We're going to try it out. So let me get the fire started here. Whoops, no, that's not the ferro rod. There we go. Whoops, get in there. Toss that in there. My hands are sticky this morning. I don't know why. There we go. Alright, so we're going to get this fire going, and I'll bring you back once it's rolling along, and we'll see how well this performs with just some basic wood and see where we go from there. As you can tell, it's been about a minute and a half. I'm getting a really nice flame. I'm going to move my camera back. Really nice flame, no smoke, no soot. This is just firewood. This is stuff you buy in the bundles for $4. I have some other firewood, but this is just something that I use for the channel. And it seems to be working pretty well. So I'm going to get the grill on it. You want to make sure when you're putting this on that you put it on this way. You notice how there's a little indentation there. So let's get that on there without burning ourselves. Heat it up and let it go a little bit till I get some coals, because I don't want to put the burger on there. It would burn it. And we'll see what we come up with. Alright, so we got a good, it's definitely hot. I was trying to throw those little pieces of wood in there. It was burning my hands. So I'm going to season my little Tic Tac spice carriers. A little bit of onion and a little bit of salt and pepper. A little bit of onion powder. And a little bit of salt and pepper mix on there. Kind of push that in and put the burger on. And there we go. I'll bring you back when I flip it, and we'll see how this holds up. Alright, let's give it a flip. This is very fatty meat, too. Not the best hamburger in the world, but it'll do. There we go. Working pretty good. A lot of that fire and smoke is from the grease dripping down. This is like that 81%, you know, 20% fat or something from Walmart. I just bought it cheap to do the video. But looks like it's working pretty well. Alright, and pop a little cheese on there. Wow, that is hot. Alright. And I got some bread. Poverty hamburger. Using regular bread instead of hamburger buns. I'm going to try and toast the bread a little bit once the cheese melts. I'm going to let the fire die down a little bit and toast it and see how it comes out. Alright, just pop that on there. I'm going to let it toast up now. I'm going to close this up and see if I can kind of calm the fire. I got wood stuck in there. That's what's going on. Get out of there. Sorry about the camera bump there. Yeah, we're just going to toast the bread up and see. I'll keep flipping it back and forth. Yeah, I still have that piece of wood stuck in there. So that is another downside, too. If you get wood stuck in here, closing the door is difficult. But, I mean, again, not a deal breaker. So I'm going to toast up that bread here. See how it comes out. Burger's already done. I'm going to add some ketchup. That's why I tell you guys to save your packets. That's from Jack in the Box. Save those packets for your bug-out bags or your emergency preparedness or camping or whatever, because they definitely come in handy. Yeah, see, you're getting a nice even toast on it. Actually, what I'm going to do is stick that on here and put this side on and toast that up. And I'll bring you back when it's time to eat it and try it out, and then I'll bring you back once I clean this thing up, and I'll give you my final thoughts on it. But first we got to try out the burger. Alright, so there you go. All done. Fairly cooled off now. Letting it toast was kind of handy because it allowed it to cool off while toasting the bread a little bit. Let's try it out and see. Definitely good. Pardon my chewing. So it's definitely a neat way to cook anything using a grill. Again, that was really fatty hamburger meat. I didn't want to spend a fortune on stuff I'm just doing for a video. But if you get, you can do skewers on here, smaller ones. You can do shrimp on here. I mean, pretty much anything, as well as, like I said, just sticking a pot on top of it. I just realized you're not on the camera there. There we go. Just sticking a pot on top of it and heating up water, cooking a freeze-dried meal, whatever. And it really didn't take that much wood either. I chopped a ton of wood, and I still have a lot of it left over. If I wanted to fire that up, I'm sure I could. I also got that piece of wood that was stuck in there out. That's not hot, but that door is. There we go. So it closes and opens nicely now. So I'm going to let it cool off, have my lunch, and kind of give it a little wash off from all the grease and splatters and everything. And I'll give you my final thoughts on it, and I'll let you know where you can pick it up. And like I said, these are inexpensive. This is probably the least expensive of all of them. I believe this one's about $19, but I'll give you that final information when we come back. All right, so it's been about a half an hour. I let it cool off. I rinsed it off, and I scrubbed it with a little bit of soap and water. That's about it. I tried to get some of the grease off here, but it seems to be in the steel, as you can tell by the scrub marks. But I really don't care about the looks of it. From the function of it, this is a pretty darn good stove. I like the fact that it lit quickly, not a lot of smoke off it, cooked my food really well. I probably should have waited a little bit longer for coals because it was still a little hot with the burger, but the burger came out great, you know. And once there was nothing but coals, I was able to just toast my bread on it. And as I said, you know, perfect for sticking a pot on there, a teapot, a coffee pot, whatever, a pan to cook in. And if you wanted to do skewers, whatever, you could do it. I'm going to show you quickly how this comes apart and folds back down again. Take the top off. I just close that up. This is your ash pan here. So that comes off. You pick up the grill in the center there. There are little hooks on the side. I'll let it fall so you can see it. You just pick that up and you literally push it together. You know, if you need a little help, maybe you push the sides in together and close it down like that. So when it's all folded up, it's about the size. I don't know if you've ever seen, we have a lot of Jehovah's Witness folks that come to the doors out here, and they normally carry a Bible in a pack. That's about the size of this. You know, it's about the size of one of those Bible protector type things, if you've ever seen them. But it's not big. I mean, you can see the size of my hands. It's not big. It's not super heavy. They say 1.8 pounds. So I'm pretty impressed with it so far. You'll probably be seeing it in more of my videos. I like cooking with wood. I enjoy it. It's kind of fun. Let me throw it back together again for you so we can get a final shot of it. Now, I will put a link on this. It's on Amazon. I will put a link of this in my description below. So if you're interested in picking one up, you can. There you go. Folds out. That slides into the bottom here. Get in there. And this goes right on top. There you go. Real simple. So that's it right there. Real simple to put together. Seems to work very, very well. I like the fact that it burns without a ton of smoke. Any of that the blue plastic that was on the hinges has burned off and left no residue behind, so it wasn't even a problem. But definitely take the blue plastic off of everywhere else because it would be a mess if you didn't. So they're $19.99. They're, like I said, they're the least expensive ones that I have found. All of the stove companies from China make these. Lixada, there's a couple others. AOLIGEI, I believe it is. A few others. But this is the AOLIGEI, and this one is $19. So $19.99, so $20. And I will put a link down below so you can check it out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out our Amazon store down below, as well as our Olight store underneath that. The Amazon store has everything I review in it, including this. If you want to check it out and see what's in there, great. If not, and there's nothing you like in there, just click the link and shop as you normally would. Really helps out our channel. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life. I have a Thrive Life video coming up soon. And if you follow on my Facebook page, you will see, just go to Iridium242 on Facebook, I have the August specials for Thrive up there now. So if you're watching this video in August of 2019, those specials are up there. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.